not the prettiest background, but I feel like I'm so bad at this vlogging thing. Why is there water all over the floor? There's water all over the floor. So today I'm going to try and finish this scene. I just realized this morning that I'm still working on this homecoming dance scene that I started. I was talking to you guys about since last week, I think. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm editing this vlog from last week and I'm talking about this scene. Is that you or is this thing leaking? What's going on here, Ev? Maybe most other writers that are vlogging I feel like maybe they just have their crap together more than I do. I just don't. I go off on tangents way too often and I need to stop. That's kind of exciting. It's an exciting part for a romance author when we experience that moment along with our characters, like almost literally, like we're like, oh my gosh, this is about to happen. Like, oh my gosh, this is literally about to happen right now. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can see all of the madness and the imperfectness of what it looks like when you're in the beginning stages and you don't have it all figured out yet. Because that's essentially what this channel is. I am extremely unfiltered. You will get the good, the bad, and the ugly. Today, I think we're veering towards the bad and the ugly. Hello, and welcome to week 4 of the Autocrit Novel 90 Writing Challenge, along with Sarah Cannon's Rough Draft Challenge over on Heart Breathings. My name is Nicole, and I write under the pen name Quincy Brooke. So, it's Monday, July 20th, which for me, the way I'm tracking things, begins week 4, because I started week 1, even though it started July 1st, I started it that previous Monday, which was like June 29th. So, technically I'm in week 4. There's 5 weeks of these challenges. Cool. Gives me an extra week, because I need it. So it's almost 1 and I got quite a bit done today, but not all writing. I didn't get a ton of writing done. So I'm currently at 14,540 words. There's the math. If you're curious how many words I actually wrote so far today. But I also did some other things. So I filmed another video that will hopefully be coming out before this one. If not, it will be coming out shortly after. I haven't quite figured out my exact schedule yet. I'm attempting once a week, which is like an every Thursday video. But since I'm doing the vlog right now for the writing challenges, and that's like a weekly vlog that has to go up, if I have an extra video, I'm not really sure when I want to upload, and I don't know when I want to do that. Like, I have it filmed, but it's not edited or anything yet. So, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. That's a future me problem. Because I don't want to do more than once a week upload, only because I know that that's not sustainable for me. Like, it will never happen. I will never be able to upload, like, film, edit, and upload more than 1 video a week. Like, not happening. So anyway, I might end up sharing that one Thursday and like skipping a week for the writing vlog. Not that I'm not filming the writing vlog, it just means you're gonna get it later. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll just save it and share it after this writing challenge is over. I doubt that though, because this writing challenge isn't technically over until August 31st. So I don't know yet. We'll see. So yeah. So I decided that I set myself some goals this week. If you watched last week's vlog, I'll put it up in the cards. At the end, I did kind of share what my goals were for this week, which was the coming week. I set myself 3 goals. I don't know why I'm holding up 4 fingers. 3 goals. Yes, you could tell I'm American because of the way I hold up 3 fingers. And that is, I want to brainstorm 5 scene idea cards to add into my outline. And that is specifically to help flesh out the like family drama thread that's going through this story right now. So, which is actually very important to the story as a whole. Like, it's woven in so much with the characters that I can't remove it without the whole thing falling apart. Same thing with like that and the romance are like the 2 big things that are like this. And if I try and take one out, like the other one completely falls apart. So kind of like fleshing that out with more detail because of how intricate and important both of them are. That's my first goal. Second goal is to write, I can't remember if I said 2 or 3 scenes. Hold on a minute, let me check. 2 scenes. 2 scenes. I think I said 2 scenes because that's about what I wrote last week. I think I wrote 2 scenes last week. Because the one scene took me a very long time to write. Long time. Like so much longer than it should have. But then when I actually got through that scene, I was like, yeah, it's kind of important. It needs edited, don't get me wrong, but like what happened in that scene was important. So that's my second goal. And my third goal is to write 3,000 words for the week in my draft. So how I'm approaching the goals is hitting any of those goals is good. So if I hit at least one of those goals, I'll be happy. If I hit 2 of those goals, that's even better. If I hit all 3 of those goals, I might reward myself. I don't know how yet, but I might reward myself with something. I don't think it'll be anything major, but so that's how I'm approaching this week. We will see how it goes. I guess we'll find out by the end of this video if I accomplished what I accomplished and if I get my reward, whatever it happens to be at the end of the week. So I guess stay tuned. So I did another quick sprint. I didn't time it. And I don't know how many words I got. I'll look later and I'll put it up here. But I'm taking a break because Munchkin wants to watch Jaws with me. So that is what I'm going to do. Probably by the time I'm done watching that, it'll be time to make dinner. Now I can't freaking open this door because I'm holding coffee and a phone. Goodness, my life. Anyway. So, why is there water all over the floor? There's water all over the floor. I swear this water dish must be leaking. Because there's water all over my floor and I don't know why. Where's my mop? Things I need to do that I don't want to do. Was that you or is this thing leaking? What's going on here, Ev? Huh? Are you making a mess? Or do I need to get a new water bowl? Great. That's lovely. It fell off. quick side note before we get into today's update. Don't forget that if you like these writing vlogs, to like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you turn on those notifications so you actually get notified when these vlogs go live. So I'm not really sure what day if I checked in yesterday. I can't remember. I know I did on Monday, but I can't remember if I did on Tuesday. So if I didn't, I got 251 words written yesterday. Yeah, that's what I got. Video editing is taking way more time than I want it to. Way more time. These vlogs are not easy to edit, especially when you aren't a video editor. I'm figuring it out as I go, and that takes a lot of time. So I do definitely need to figure out a quicker way to edit these vlogs, because I'm spending more time editing the vlogs again than I am, and filming, than I am writing. And that's a big reason why I hopped off social media like TikTok, Instagram. I was never on TikTok, Facebook and Instagram mostly. That's a big reason why I stopped using those platforms, because it was becoming such a time suck where I was spending more time coming up with content and engaging and like doom scrolling. I mean, that was my other issue, which is why I'm here instead of there, because I don't find myself doom scrolling on YouTube the way I did on those other social media platforms. But it was also like the time consumption of trying to create content on that platform. So that's why I came to YouTube, because I know that you aren't expected, hopefully, I'm hoping, the algorithm doesn't expect you to post multiple times a day in order to gain any traction. It's just, you know, once in a while you could post an update. At least I'm hoping that's what it is. If it turns into another one of those multiple times a day things, we're gonna have problems, YouTube. We're gonna have problems. I want to try and get myself on that schedule of posting something once a week. Now, will it be a vlog every week? I probably not, because these vlogs are very difficult to edit because of all of the different clips and some of the other things that I try and add into my writing vlogs. So if I can't figure out how to streamline the editing process of these videos, these vlog videos, they're going to become even more simplistic than they already are. Like the cool little like things that come across the video that have, you know, like the sprint results and like all of that stuff. I don't know. That might be going away. Like it might just be a very raw, unfiltered vlog, and that's what happens if I can't find some kind of video editor software that streamlines the process a little better. So if you have any suggestions on good, efficient video editing software for YouTube that does not cost a ton of money, because I don't have a ton of money, I'm sure there's some free options out there. So if you guys have any that would work well, it doesn't have a huge learning curve, and actually streamline the process, you know, put it below, because Lord knows I need it. Like, I need something that makes this process go a little faster on the back end. I don't mind doing the filming part. I like talking to you guys and sharing all of these things, but the editing kills me. Oh, the editing kills me. No, I like editing books, but I don't like editing videos barely as much. So I'm not giving up the whole like doing the vlogging thing. I just have to figure out a way to make it less time consuming on the back end, so that I can focus more on the filming part and the content part and not on the editing part. So leave your suggestions down below. I really, really need them. So anyway, it's Wednesday and I need to get writing done, but I also need to finish editing last week's writing vlog, because I've been trying to stay consistent on an every Thursday schedule. I know in my welcome video I said I'm not pitching a scheduled, like perfectly scheduled, and it won't be perfectly scheduled. I'm sure there will be times where I go off schedule. I have both of those things to accomplish today. Plus, I really should fold and put away laundry. And I need to figure out what I'm doing for dinner. Yeah. Oh, and I need to reprint out my insurance card for my car and my registration. And then I need to call my garage to set up an inspection. Yeah. I have things to do. Lots of things to do. So I don't know what all I'll be getting done today, because it's quite a list of things to do for me. But I'm going to write them all down. Maybe seeing them in a list will help. Not like I haven't done that before, because I have. Figuring out this ADHD and anxiety thing is not simple. I have a video on it, and I have plenty of tips, and they are tips that I use, but I'm going to tell you, it's still a struggle. Like, it's still a struggle, even when you have all of the tips, and you know what you need to be things you could try. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. I am still figuring it out. Or it's just, you have good days and bad days, I guess. And like I said, my energy is chaotic, so that also plays a part, I'm sure, in my productivity. It's 9 a.m. and I'm already yawning. Oh, yes. So, that's what's going on today. Those are things that are on my to-do list. I don't know. I have no plan. Not really. I don't know what I'm doing first. I don't know what I should do first. I don't know if I should write first. I think my problem is I already know my energy is not great right now. I know today is not a good energy day. So I need to be very intentional on what I do first. Because whatever I start with, that is going to, like, I have to put it in an order of priority, because odds are the things that are at the bottom of that list might not get done today. So I have to make a list based on priority. Like, what do I absolutely want to get done today? And what am I okay with putting off until tomorrow? Because there's a good chance there's some things on the bottom of the list that will not get done till tomorrow. And tomorrow is a whole other thing, because tomorrow I have my dad might be coming over for dinner, and so I definitely have to figure out whatever I'm making for dinner tomorrow, because I'm having guests. So yeah, that's what's going on here today. I feel like I'm so bad at this vlogging thing. I don't know if that's just me or what. I don't know. I feel like most other writers that are vlogging, I feel like maybe they just have their crap together more than I do. I just don't have it together. I'm still trying to get it together. And I really want to get it together, because I want this to work. I want me to be able to consistently finish books and get them ready for publication. Like, that's my goal. I know what my long-term goals are. And I have a pretty good idea of what the short-term goals, like the breakdown of those smaller goals, need to be in order to get to the bigger goal. Like, I know all of the things. I've been researching this for like 10, 15 years at this point. Like, it's not that I don't know, because I do know. I think it's just figuring out a system and a process that works for me and that I can stick to. That's my biggest problem, is figuring that out. I haven't figured that out yet. I think I have so many things pulling me in different directions that I haven't figured it out yet. Or maybe I just need to talk to my doctor. I don't know. I guess hopefully I figured it out. Hopefully I will figure it out soon. Because I really don't, I don't want to be 5 years from now, because I've already been doing this for 10 years, and I don't want to be 5 years from now and I still don't know what the heck I'm doing or how I'm doing it. Like, I want a system, some kind of a system that works. I just don't know what that system looks like. So I guess I'll be figuring that out on this channel, and you all will get to see the craziness of that. One of these days I'm going to have to tell you about the unpublishing and republishing and why I'm doing a pen name and like all of that stuff. In one of these vlogs I'll talk about it maybe in the future. But today is not one of those days. I don't have the energy for that conversation. So, and I have too much other crap to get done. Besides this. Filming, editing, writing, laundry, all of that stuff. So, I'm gonna get started. I don't know if I might film some B-roll. Yeah, I've learned that term. Ho ho. I know. I feel like I've learned something about this, the B-roll thing. So I don't know what kind of B-roll y'all want in a writing vlog. I mean, other than me typing or writing, or I don't know. Do you want like me pouring coffee or going for a walk? I don't know. Like, I've watched other vlogs and that kind of seems to be what I normally see. It's usually like writing or on the computer or making coffee or walking to the coffee shop or the bookstore or that's it. Like, that's what I see as far as B-roll goes. I guess that's what I need to do. Although I'm not walking to the bookstore right now, so yeah. I'm gonna get started. And I will see you guys in my next check-in clip, I guess. Alright, I'm going to start this clip over. The only reason I'm doing that is because the last clip went for like 11 minutes. And y'all don't want to listen to me talk for 11 minutes about random stuff. I don't think. I go off on tangents way too often. And I need to stop. So anyway. Before we get too far into this clip, if you like these little tangents and somebody who is not polished and is still figuring her process and her what's the other word that I used? Process and what? System. That was the other word. Her system and her process for writing and publishing books, then make sure you like and subscribe so you can see all of the madness and the imperfectness of what it looks like when you're in the beginning stages and you don't have it all figured out yet. Because that's essentially what this channel is. I am extremely unfiltered, if you can't tell. So I'm not going to be giving you some rose-colored idea of what this looks like at all. You will get the good, the bad, and the ugly. Today, I think we're veering towards the bad and the ugly today, because I could just tell. I'm already at 3 minutes. Unbelievable. I cannot be concise. So today I'm going to try and finish this scene. I just realized this morning that I'm still working on this homecoming dance scene that I started, I was talking to you guys about since last week, I think. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm editing this vlog from last week, and I'm talking about this scene. And I'm still writing the scene. Now, to be fair, I added an extra scene in between. So I came up with an idea for a whole other scene that happens before the homecoming dance scene. Now that I did right. So it's not that I didn't get anything done. I'm just like, I could swear I've been talking about this scene for a week, it feels like. So my goal is to finish this scene. I really want to finish this scene today. This happened to me last week, where I felt like I was stuck on the same scene all week. And I just felt like I was inching my way forward, and it's happening again, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's my cycle is getting in the way, and I'm dealing with like major brain fog right now because of that. So I'm trying to be kind to myself, but I'm also kind of getting frustrated with the snail's pace process. I mean, the progress. I feel like I'm going forward at a snail's pace, and it's frustrating me, and I don't like, I feel like it's constant now. Like I'm constantly going at a snail's pace. Like the momentum has really slowed down, and I want it back. So I'm hoping I find my groove soon with this. And I don't know, it's like, I don't know what it is. I guess I'm still thinking through some things. Like I have a good idea of like my big points, like my big plot points, and the reasons behind those plot points. Like it's not like they're just random. Like I know why they're happening, and I know when they're happening. At least I'm pretty solid on. It's just, I think my other problem is this prequel. This is going to be another long clip. This Project Fall, which is a prequel novella, or it's supposed to be. I'm honestly debating if it's going to be a prequel novella or if it's going to end up being a duet, where it's 2 books. The prequel, which is the before story, and the main story, which would be like the book 2 in the duet. You know, where that book happens 15, 20 years later from the first book. And the only reason I'm thinking that is because if I really think about how this story, because it is kind of a full story, it's just there's 2 different romances happening, which is why I'm splitting it into 2 books. There's the first romance that happens when they're young, and then there's the reunion romance, which is why that's called Project Reunion, that happens when they're older. You know, when they're grown adults and they have kids and houses and job, like all of the, like their life looks differently. And it's a whole separate romance. Like there's a whole separate arc to the romance in each time that it happens. So it happens twice, but each time it happens, there's a different arc in that romance story, which is why I'm splitting it into 2. And I'm not just putting it in as like flashbacks or backstory in just the one book, because there's too much to the prequel, to the first time, for I feel like that to work. And I don't think to understand the second one you need the whole first romance fleshed out in order to understand the second chance romance part of it. But what's kind of tripping me up a little bit, I think, is I know it's romance. I know I want it to be a romance, especially the second one, but the first one technically is, I mean, if it's going with the first, with the reunion romance, then that would be a romance too. But the problem is it's a second chance romance, which means the first book, they don't end up together. There is no happily ever after or happily for now at the end of that first book, because it's a second chance romance in the Project Reunion. That's the second chance, and you can't have a second chance unless there was a first chance that was missed or didn't work or something. Like, that's what makes a second chance romance. So I don't know if this has ever been done before. I don't know if I've ever seen this done before, where that you actually get the whole first time that they met and fell in love and something happened that pulled them apart. And then years later, you get that other story. So I'm not sure how I categorize it, because I know people who want a romance, they are not going to be happy with this prequel because it's not going to end happily. And that's kind of like a contract with romance readers. Romance readers expect there to be a happily ever after, or at least a happily for now. And that's not going to work because of the second chance romance that happens later. Like, it's not going to end on a happy note. So it's basically going to end on a cliffhanger. And I know how much readers rant and rave against cliffhangers, but I also heard that they work very well for other authors. It's not a bad thing. Like, they could rant and rave and be like, why do you do this? But it works as a storytelling tactic. It works very well. So, but I'm not sure if I would be marketing it as a romance, because the threads and the arcs are romance. It's a romance. It's about two people falling in love. That is the story. And in my opinion, if that is the story, it is a romance. Like, people say Romeo and Juliet is not a romance. Okay. Because of the ending is so sad. Or Titanic. Like, that, the story between Rose and Jack is not a romance. Okay, I mean, I get. Then Nicholas Sparks isn't romance. And I feel like that's just flat out untrue. Nicholas Sparks writes romances. The Notebook is a romance. Dear John is a romance. Like, A Message in a Bottle. These are all romances. I don't care what the ending is. The story is about two people falling in love. If that is the main story, you've got a romance on your hands. Whether you get your happily ever after or not, that is a romance. It's a sad romance if it doesn't end happily, I guess, but it's a romance, in my opinion. Maybe I just have a controversial opinion. Maybe, does nobody else read is nobody else familiar with Nicholas Sparks? I mean, you have to be. The Notebook is huge. The Notebook is, like, one of my inspirations for this story. Was the whole, they have a romance when they're young, like Noah and Allie, and then years later, they find each other again. Like, that's a romance. That's a romance. Am I wrong? Try and convince me. If you disagree with me, just try and convince me. Am I wrong? How am I wrong? Why does every romance have to end in a happily ever after? I'm just asking. Like, just let me know. I mean, would I prefer to end in a happily ever after? Yes. And in my mind, this story is going to end in a happily ever after once you get to the end of Project Reunion. You just have to, it's just not going to happen at the end of Project Fall. So the people who subscribe to my newsletter and pick up Project Fall for free, they're going to get to the end of Project Fall and it's not going to end in a happily ever after. But that's because the happily ever after happens in the next book, in the main book. That's where the happily ever after, that's where you get it. So I mean, if readers expect a earned happily ever after, like they need to earn it, good Lord, are these two going to earn it? Just saying. So if that's what readers really want in a romance story, is not just any happily ever after, but a happily ever after that feels like these characters deserve it, like they've earned it, like good God, finally. Like, if that's what readers are looking for, then absolutely these will be the books for you. Which is why I'm second guessing the whole prequel main story idea, or do I need to make it book 1, book 2 of a duet? I don't know. I don't know which way would work better for this particular scenario. So if you have any feedback, I mean, you guys are romance readers. This is another reason why I started this channel, because I know there's a plethora of romance readers out there who know the genre as well as I do, which is why I'm kind of like, I think I know the answer because I'm a romance reader myself, and I'm pretty like, but the marketing side of it, like, I'm good on the story side of it because I read a lot of romance, and I'm obsessed with romance, like all things romance. So like the story side, I'm pretty solid on most of the time. Like, I know I'll get that figured out. It's more of like the marketing side of it that I'm questioning, because I don't have as much experience with marketing. So that's kind of the part that maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys can help me with. I don't know how much experience you guys have with marketing either, but if you have an opinion on it, like which way do you think I should go? Prequel, main story, or book 1, book 2 of a duet? I don't know. Just let me know. I could really use some feedback on that, just because I keep bouncing back and forth and I'm not sure which way to go about it. Either way, though, I know I need something from my newsletter. Like, I need something. So I don't know yet. Maybe I'll just give book 1 as a freebie if it ends up being book 1 of 2 in a duet. I don't know. Comment below. Let me know. I'm going to get started. I have stuff to do, and I've been talking too long. I restarted this clip because the first one was too long, and now this one's even longer because I went off on a tangent about this project. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry, because this is kind of why I started this channel, was because, you know, I want to talk to you guys about my stories and things that are happening and get your opinions and have a discussion. Like, this is why I started this channel. So I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. So I'm gonna go get some stuff done and hopefully get some words written, and I will check back in with you guys after I feel like I've accomplished something. So it's been a little while, and I did not finish this scene. However, this scene kind of took on life of its own, which it seems no matter how meticulously, and I'm not super meticulous, but I did kind of flesh out the summary of this scene like a few days ago, and while that did help me 150%, that helped me get into this scene, even with me doing that, because my summaries are not like, you know, like like bullet points or like every little thing. Like I know what every little thing that's going to happen in the scene is. There is a lot of room for discovery, which I need as a planter. So that's intentional that I am a little bit vague on the specifics of how certain things are going to play out in my scenes. So, for instance, in this scene, it was not planned. It was not in my summary. It was not mentioned. It wasn't even an inkling when I started this scene that this was going to happen. But somehow, these characters have decided that this would be their moment for their first kiss. I wasn't planning on that. It wasn't in my outline. I didn't actually have any of that planned. And I think maybe I did that on purpose because I think I do a lot of that on purpose because I want it to feel natural and like that stuff is happening organically like it would in an actual relationship. So it's one of their first very emotionally charged moments. And I say emotionally charged because while they have a lot of moments already that are tense and have a lot of tension and like sexual energy and like attraction and like all of those things in those scenes, this is the first scene where we're getting to see emotions that run deeper than that. Where the main male character is getting a glimpse into something deeper than she's just attracted to me. Like it feels deeper than that now, which feels different for him. So the moment I think kind of snuck up on both of them, and then snuck up on me. Like I wasn't expecting it to happen. Even though I knew like this specific thing was going to happen in this scene, I didn't plan for that specific thing to then lead to they're going to have their first kiss now. I just wasn't planning for that. So that's kind of exciting. It's an exciting part for a romance author when we experience that moment along with our characters, like almost literally. Like we're like, oh my gosh, this is about to happen. Like, oh my gosh, this is literally about to happen right now. That's how it feels, at least. So anyway, so that means that this scene has turned into something that now requires a little bit more detail. Like there's more to the scene now that it could take me a little longer to write. However, I did already write. Autocrit is telling me I wrote 1,400 words. I know I didn't. I wrote about 1,000 words, I think, though, so far today, and it's 3 o'clock. So I don't remember what time I started. I didn't. Well, I do. I kind of know because this morning, after I told you I had all those things to do, I did already get my insurance and registration printed, and I got my inspection done. So that took most of my morning. And then now I did writing. I got almost 1,000 words in this scene, which is good. I'm debating if I want to keep writing. I should. Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't. It's very hard to know. I almost feel like I shouldn't because it gives me like something to write, like look forward and think about how I want the scene to go in my mind. Although, like I said, that doesn't always work. It usually pans out the way they want it to pan out, apparently. So, but I feel like if I completely finish this scene, then I need something to pull me into the next writing session. And this would pull me into the next writing session. So I think I'm going to turn some of my attention to my video editing that I really need to get done for the vlog that needs to go up for tomorrow. I'm going to work on that. I might end up doing, hopefully once I'm done that and I get it uploaded, I might have some time to actually do some research on, I don't know, some other way to edit videos for YouTube because I need something. And then I need to fold laundry. So I still didn't figure out what's for dinner. My husband just asked me, like he literally texted me and was like, hey, what's for dinner? And I'm like, huh, good question. What is for dinner? What is for dinner? I really don't know. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it's going to be something quick and something that does not require me to have to spend long in the kitchen. I don't know what that will be yet, but it'll be something easy. Yesterday we had frozen pizza. That was easy, but oh well. You know, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. So that is what I'm planning on doing with the rest of my day. I don't know if I'll get back to writing or not. I might. I feel like I'd like to, because I want to make more progress. But I also know that before I finish this scene, I need to know what the next scene I'm going to write is. And right now I'm not 100% sure what it's going to be. Only because I'm not really sure how I want this to pan out. Like, she's going to insist he goes to the hospital. He doesn't want to go to the hospital. So, but I need to decide how badly he's hurt. Is he hurt bad enough that, like, yeah, he's hurt bad enough that it warrants her wanting him to get checked out. But is it bad enough that, like, he can't play football? Because that would cause a problem. And with some of my scenes that I have planned for in the future. So I'm kind of working this out as I go. I have a feeling I'm going to have it where it warranted a visit to the hospital, but it's not as bad as she thought, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I do know I need to solidify what scene is coming next for me. Or at least what scene I want to write next. Even if in a future, after revisions, it doesn't actually turn into the scene following this one. So, we'll see. I'll have to work on it. Real quick check-in. It's been a few days. It's Sunday, and I'm up to 16,256 words, I believe. I'll put the math somewhere. But it's Sunday, which means today's my last day for this week. So we'll see how many words I get to. I'm still on that scene with the first kiss. I kind of hit a stall just because I'm like, do I want them to have their first kiss? I mean, I'm pretty set on it, but I'm still kind of brainstorming how I want the scene to go. Like, play out is my problem. I spend a lot of time thinking about how I want a scene to go as I'm writing it, which is probably why I draft so slowly. That and the fact that I'm using backspace constantly. So, anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. My goal for today is to just finish the scene. Just finish the kiss, homecoming dance scene, and then hopefully move on. I'm trying to figure out how I want them to move on. If I want them to go to the hospital or just, I don't know. See, that's what I mean. I'm brainstorming a lot. I don't have the exact sequence of events figured out, which sometimes is fine, but I guess hopefully something will come to me as I'm finishing up this scene. So, okay guys, so it's time to wrap up this vlog. So far past time to wrap up this vlog. Oh, and of course I came over here and I forgot my notes. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so At the beginning of the video, I talked about 3 goals. So we're gonna see how I did. I started this week at 14,385 words, and I ended this week at 16,665 words. There's the math. As you can see, I'm pretty sure me doing the rounding math in my head, I did not quite hit my 3,000 word goal. I was a little bit under. I did kind of finish that scene. Okay, so I think I'm going to talk about this in my next because I don't want to go off on another tangent. But I technically finished a scene and started the next scene. More on that in next week's vlog because there's a caveat with that. So I wrote like 1.5 scenes because I wrote a scene and I started the next scene, but I didn't finish the next scene. So like 1.5 scenes written. And then new scenes brainstormed. I don't think I brainstormed more than 2 of those. So those are my results as far as my goals go this week. And as you can see, I don't think I technically hit any of them. I technically got 0. But I managed to accomplish a little bit in each goal. I don't know how I feel about that yet. So that's how it went. Good, bad. I don't know. I don't know yet. Anyway, so if you like this video, if you've made it all the way to the end, first of all, let's get there. If you've made it all the way to the end, because this is a long one, because they're always long, because I don't know how to shut up. If you made it this far, comment the word tangent, because I've gone on a lot of those this vlog. Tangent. I spelled it. There you go. And that's just something that I like to do because I like to see who actually watches all the way through to the end of my videos, because that helps a lot, especially with little channels like mine. If you enjoy this content, which I'm assuming if you've watched the last 50 plus minutes of this vlog, you probably do. So you have not already, on the off chance that you have not already liked and subscribed, please like and subscribe this video. That also helps a lot. And I really appreciate you being here and sticking with me all the way to the end. I'm sure once I get, I'll do some kind of like reward things once I get close to like some milestones or something on here. So make sure you share if you have friends that you think might actually enjoy this content and my vlogs and videos. And that about wraps it up. So I will see everybody in my next video. Bye.